Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Monday SitRep. It is a minifigure Monday, so we're going to have Landon in a little bit going over all the minifigures that dropped on Brickmania.com this morning. We'll also have a first official look here at the Roman Legionnaire minifigure. We got Amanda joining us as well because that is her first top-to-bottom creation with some help from Austin in 3D print. And then we will also obviously be going over the restocks and restock pre-orders. So let's jump into it and take a look at what we're kicking off the week with. Okay, jumping into the restocks and restock pre-orders here. Kicking things off, we're going to start off with this Humvee that we've had back a couple of times. This is the M1151A1 Humvee, the enhanced weapon carrier with crows you can see up on top there. So that is back on restock pre-order. Right next to it here, you can see the FV101 Scorpion or the FV107 Scimitar. You can see the tankers holding the bricks that you need to convert that. So it's just a barrel configuration is the difference between those two. And in the back here, this is the Centurion C-RAM land-based phalanx weapon system. This is the model with that awesome play feature. Let me see if I can, How cool is that? I love that. So glad that they kept it from the other model and to integrate with the truck. Just an awesome play feature. And then of course, we have the M151 Mutt to go along with our ACAV crew packer that we'll be showing off here in a minute with Landon. And then we also have, down here on the ground, the Micro Brick Battle Tiger 131 back in action. So these three are the restock pre-orders. These two are your restocks. A lot of tan in this week's lineup, but some awesome builds. Very cool models, ones that we haven't had in the lineup for a while, and then a couple that, don't stick around very long when they are in the lineup. So always good to have those restocks back in action. But that'll do it for the kits. Now we'll dive into our Roman Legionnaire minifigure, and then we'll have Landon in the studio to go over some of the other minifigures for Minifig Monday. All right, so we get to it eventually. The Roman Legionnaire minifig of the month. So I have Amanda and Landon joining me to break down this figure a little bit. As you can see right away, there's a lot of 3D printing going on here, as well as UV printing. Guys, why don't you break this bad boy down for us?
Let's start with probably one of the coolest things is the shield. Austin was the main designer on the shield and the boss, which is a separate piece. That is the metal circle bit there. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the real name should be. It actually allows the entire shield to be able to pivot and move around, so you can get the cool, get it above their heads and do stuff like that. So that was a very neat way of doing it. And then it's 3D printed. It's colored throughout, and then the front is UV printed by our awesome team. And then we have the nice silver spray painting. Everything is spray painted by hand, so just be aware. We clear coated it and did all that cool stuff, but it is all done by hand.
I think this has more 3D printing parts, I think, than any figure we've done previously to this. So
correct.
It's pretty crazy.
So we got the shield, and then the next is his pilum, which is a two-piece, so it just interacts with the Lego bar. This one is also done by Austin. It's very nice, very pointy. I don't know what else to say about that, I guess. Let's see what else we got here. Then we got him. We got his helmet, his armor, the I'm not gonna say it right.
Lorica
Segmata? Segmentia. Nope. See, nope. That wasn't it at all. Now that can be cut later. And then also his belt, which is a weighted piece on the bottom. I found out there, which I'm still questioning the sanity of such things. So there's that, and so I designed the armor and the helmet, and Landon, you're not Landon.
You're Landon. Aren't I?
You're Landon, and Austin actually did the belt as well. And so we can kind of show what the fig looks like.
All broken down,
yeah. I'm really liking that it's still a fully printed minifigure. Underneath the armor. That's kind of like we went back and forth deciding on whether or not to. Oh, that's some good clutch on that.
There is.
Sometimes it's
Anyway, so you can see all of his gear is broken down, hanging it up in the barracks. And yeah, so there is his full 360 printing. Had a lot of fun with all the wrinkles and the tunic. This is my first completely by myself fig.
Right on.
Which was kind of fun and exciting. Had a lot of fun with the sandals. Went through a lot of research phases and found that the ones that kind of wrap over the top of the foot and just kind of interlock, the straps kind of interlock in the front. So that was kind of a fun one to try to figure out. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I didn't do toes, but I did the illusion of toes. There's the shadows from in between the toes.
There's plenty of controversy in the Lego community on minifigure toes.
I think there's just controversy in this room. But yeah, so that's the fig.
Yeah, I think it's been fun working with getting some additional designers, rolling them into the process, and just having their artistic contributions, rolled into the mix. The fabric, the flowing fabric's really cool. We've actually, it's going back and forth on how to interpret fabric, and so that's just always been, a challenge in design, and this is just again exploring it. So, and you have Amanda, you have more of a like a painting and illustration background than I would have.
Yep.
So that's been helpful.
Maybe
in the
I
past.
don't know.
Maybe I don't
a lot.
know. I guess.
I don't know. I went to school. That's the thing.
So.
I think moving forward for everyone who's not Landon doing minifigs, it's been a lot of going back and forth and talking a lot and really kind of spitballing ideas and trying to build off of what Landon's established and keeping that kind of same vein without, we don't want it to all look different. We want them to have that Brickmania feel that Landon's established.
We're all still kind of figuring out what exactly it's an ever-changing process, but I hope this is kind of a continual evolution of it, and this is our sort of latest and greatest thing so far. So I'm excited to see what the future holds with more of this.
It'll be good.
So you have to pick up like 40 of these in order to make that testudo formation.
Testudo. Yeah,
so minifigure arms are... They can't. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
They're pretty close.
Pretty close.
If you take the helmet off, you can actually. Nation, I give up. I don't like this one. Oh, now it came off. Yeah, without the helmet, you can get pretty darn close up there.
And if you're building a formation like that, you might not even have a full minifigure underneath of that.
Yeah, if I was building it, I would probably actually just build the interior empty, so I could save my figs.
Down the road, maybe once we increase some print capacities, we can do some standalone shields. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
You never know. Future is open to all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it.
All right, and it's Minifig Monday, so of course we got to have the Minifig man in here. Landon is going to talk through some of these bad boys. So this is the ACAV crew pack we have sitting here, and then we also have the Vietnam era Navy SEAL. The Tiger crew pack is also available now, standalone, previously available as a pre-order for the Tiger 131, but they're still on the printer as of right now. So we have these guys to look at. Landon, let's talk through some of these bad boys.
That's right. Yeah. So kind of a legacy figure pack here. We've released this a few times. Hugely popular. I'm glad that they're still going strong. I guess starting off at the top, we got the Mitchell pattern on these helmets, and that's kind of that a Vietnam era pattern you'd see on these helmet covers. Just to, obviously functioning as concealment, just breaking up that silhouette a little bit. And so we got printing all around that helmet, and that's really tough to pull off with these UV printers. They don't like wrapping around surfaces nearly as well as something like a pad printer, let's say. So they're doing. I think the people in the print shop are doing a great job at getting that seamless camouflage pattern going, because that's actually a few different print surfaces. So. All the overall, let's go with the faces. I tried to capture as much character as I could into this crew pack. Historically, we might have just gone for more of like a base. This is our base Vietnam soldier, and so this is one of the first packs where we sort of pushed into that. Let's just make everybody look a little bit unique, give them their own kind of personality. We didn't as a company delve too deeply into like their names or anything, but I could see people picking these up and really giving a backstory to everybody here. So that was my goal with these guys, just giving them each their own little bit of personality. And And let's see. So this is for this ACAP crew pack. You'd have the different you have the driver over here. I'd imagine that it is incredibly warm inside of that troop transport. So this is just really he's got that basic uniform, just down to the bare bones there. Moving on, we have I love the Vietnam era flak vest. It's just really in my head, kind of that quintessential flak jacket. Just when I think of a flak jacket, I think of a Vietnam era one. And he's got some magazine for that M16 magazines in that bandolier, and that's a really simple bandolier, very similar to World War II configurations. Maybe even World War I, you'd see kind of these really simple fabric bandoliers. It's just like a piece of fabric folded over and stitched together. And you saw that quite a bit later. He's got, so all of these guys are decked out here with their these three guys are decked out with perfect calibers. So make sure to pick one of those up. Those also, they kind of go pretty fast when they come out. So
Indeed.
But that just adds another level of character to your build there. These guys, he's just wearing his black vest. Same thing with this guy. So you see exposed sleeves, and we got the little simulated muscle printing going on there. These guys have been lifting weights.
They're cut.
Maybe in real life they might be a bit scrawnier, but whatever. It's who doesn't want a cool ripped minifigure, But let's see what else. This guy, he's got his just basic uniform on, no flak vest or anything. Oh man, what else should we go over, man?
I really like the disheveled nature of that guy too. It just kind of like you said, it kind of captures the character of being in country, not somebody who just got off the plane or in basic, but somebody who's been doing it for a minute.
Right, and that's one of the harder things I think in my experience as a designer to try and capture is that worn-in look. This is kind of starting to push into that. I think we've come a little bit of ways since then, but I think this still is, still an awesome. Or I hope it's a good interpretation of it. In the future, I'm kind of playing around with maybe making it a little bit more dirty, grungy. They've been rolling around in the dirt practically. So in the future, I'm going to push into that a little bit more. Before moving on to the Navy SEAL, we have this tiger stripe camouflage on this boonie hat here. That's kind of an earlier test of this pattern. This one of my personally favorite camouflage patterns. Also, I think one of the hardest to recreate. So, this is just kind of I don't know if this is a civilian produced variant at the time. So there's nothing official issue to my knowledge that was in this cut. But, locally produced tiger stripe camouflage was very common, I think, or pretty common anyways. So anything else you want me to go over with this crew pack?
No, that's cool. That's awesome to know, man. This is one of the classics, so we had to check in and chat about it a little bit more.
Yes.
Because I don't think it lasted long at all last time it was online. We didn't even have time to cover it.
Right. So my goal with this pack was to kind of have this one-stop shop for just an overall look of Vietnam. This is what I felt these guys looked like at the time. So I hope I did justice to that. That was my goal. Moving on to the SEAL. Again, it's another one of those. I'm trying to capture my overall impression of what a SEAL would have looked like at that time. And, first thing right away is those blue jeans. What on earth are you doing? So from what I could tell, so you would see these Navy SEALs decked out in these blue jeans because maybe, apparently at the time the uniforms, if they were to rip, they would create a lot of sound. That's maybe one theory. It's maybe these last longer in the jungle. They're also they're special force. The special forces, they're top tier. They get to use whatever equipment they want to use, and I think that might be a little bit of a motivator there if I had to speculate. But so they got to wear blue jeans if they wanted to. He's got that survival knife. He has a pistol belt wrapping around, and crazy bandoliers for that. This just all around. Just kind of a real cowboy look to it, honestly. You have the jungle boots. You have face painting. Bandana, right? So that's just kind of a simple head covering. You'd see them in all assortment of gear. Just kind of whatever they sort of copied together. They had a lot of character to it. Again, that tiger stripe jacket there, that would have been like a locally made garment that the soldier would have purchased at the time, just when they were in field. And then finally, we have the Stoner 63. That was awesome. That we worked with Will from Brick Arms to get that produced.
Very iconic.
Yeah, one of my favorite rifles here. It's got it. I don't know if it was ahead of its time or just very unique for its era. There's
Modular, if I believe.
Yeah, there were several different configurations. Like you had like a more traditional assault rifle configuration, then you had like a machine gunner. Like you could actually change this around so you could load the like magazines in from the top down, kind of like an old school Bren gun. That was one configuration I saw. You can belt feed this thing. You can have a big ammo box in the bottom. You can put the magazine, just feed it from the bottom like a traditional assault rifle. It's a cool rifle for the era. Not super common, but you would see it among these special forces here. So specifically the SEALs. So this guy's again another trying to capture that overall look of Navy SEALs. Bit of distressing going on in the simulated jean pattern there. Yeah, it was a fun one to put together. Some butt pack on the back there. Yep. So I think all together, yeah, a lot of character here. So that was my goal.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Thanks for walking us through there, Landon. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for the Monday SitRep. Remember, we have new digital instructions arriving on Wednesday, and then, of course, we'll be taking a look ahead to the Spec Ops Bricks pre-orders and the Medieval Bricks new releases coming out on Friday, so tune in for that coming later this week. Otherwise, that'll do it for me. Thank you very much for watching.